My name is Ian Walsh, and this is Masters of the Market, joined with two guys that are absolute monsters in our field, Mike Sroka, Matt Donnelly. Guys, thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
So we've been going over the businesses and the operations you guys have developed and the way you invest yourselves into the people around you, which is really important. I can feel the energy coming off you guys. Like you have a contagious environment, I'm sure, at your office. People want to be there.
Right.
So with that said, though, you guys didn't start out where you are today, right? So at some point you had to start like the guy that walks in the door and said, "What am I doing?"
Yeah.
If I'm correct, 2000, roughly 2000, you started, 2006,
right
out of school.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons we do the Masters of the Market video is to kind of get a pulse from guys that really move the market or have a big influence on it as to where it's going. More selfishly, because as a lender, I have to keep a pulse on where that's going.
Right.
So you guys got to see the world end in 2008. So talk to me about your experience in 2008, where we are today, and where you guys think we're headed down the road.
Yeah, I mean, listen, being licensed in 2000, we were basically order takers that first couple of years because, you just went out on the field and everybody made offers and you got what you wanted and it was great. You didn't have to really know much about real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And then where we really learned about the market and what we need to do is when the downturn happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you really had to have the skills and know-how to either persevere through it and still grow during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a unique learning experience, and we definitely took a lot away from it. And I think that, hopefully we'll never repeat that particular cycle again.
Hopefully, yeah.
But I can tell you right now that the market's still pretty consistent here, which is good. Philly's kind of a unique niche on the eastern seaboard compared to New York and Baltimore and Washington and all that. So I think we'll stay pretty stable here. Matt and I are fortunate, we do a lot of listings, so we can control the market a little bit on how we price and where we sell properties, which is really good. We're definitely at the top. I don't see it going much higher where the prices can't substantiate, what's going on and what people are paying. I think it'll stay this way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as long as the interest rates are good and people still want to buy and they see the value in purchasing, and know that, hey, if I lock in an interest rate at this, it's probably not going to go any lower.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
If it goes lower than where we're at right now, we're probably in some problems, right?
Yep.
So I think that people see the value of borrowing money at a very small, low interest rate, and I think as the demand and supply really dictate the market, right?
Always,
so as long as people still want to buy and there's properties to purchase, we'll still be pretty good here. I think the only thing that we see, because we do a vast area, it's not just this city, is the lack of inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that we have a lot of good buyers, but there's not a lot of stuff to show them. So you're seeing the sales start to slow down a little bit just because of that.
Okay.
And we're just persevering through it because listen, it's a living thing. The market's a living thing. It's always changing. It's always evolving.
It's organic, man. It's breathing.
So we don't. Here's the thing, and Matt and I really believe this. We don't sell houses. We help people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So our job is to help people make the right financial decision.
Mm-hmm.
And based upon what we see in the market, we give them the opportunity to say, here's what we think you should do. Whether you want to take our advice or not, but this is what we believe will help you and your long-term goals and what you want to do. So listen, as long as the interest rates are good, as long as there's stuff to buy, I think we'll be pretty consistent here. There'll eventually be a shift. I can't tell you when. Wish I had a crystal ball.
Right. Well, we all right.
But as long as the market stays where it's at right now, I think we'll be fine.
So have you guys operationally considered, okay, we're at the top, moving forward, have you guys made any changes or have you thought about what could happen so we're going to adapt in certain ways, or any thoughts in that capacity? The next 5 years, hey, this is where we'd like to be, or this is where the market could be, so we'd like to take this trajectory with our business, anything like that? Or...
Yeah, so absolutely, as far as the real estate sales go, is having the correct systems in place, which we do, and really teaching our agents that deals are a little bit easier right now to do.
That's right.
You have to always continuously, proactively try to get new business, even more so when the market turns. There's going to be a lot of real estate agents when the market does turn that get out of business. Mm-hmm. So you have less competition, but you need more skills to deal with the people who could potentially be losing. They bought it for a high price and the value's not there right now. Another thing, when we're educating our clients, if someone's buying short term right now, we really let them know that we believe we're at the top of the market right now. So if you're planning on selling in the next 3 to 5 years, we don't know where the market's going to be. You need to be prepared that potentially, you could lose a little bit of equity.
Gotcha. So that's a good way to put it. Is like So we just sat with a guy yesterday we did an interview with. He's a big player in the market as well, and he said, you know, you're not going to stop buying, right? You're not going to stop investing. You can't. I guess you could if you wanted, but what you do is you have to be prepared for either end of the cycle. What you're saying is like, hey, just be ready for. You can still buy now, but be ready for the next 3 to 5 years. So if you're ready for it, you're still okay. But if you're not ready for it and you buy blind based on a short-term investment at the top of a market incorrectly, because you can always buy, there's always a number. I always tell people that. They're like, can I buy at the top? I'm like, sure you can. I was like, but you still got to get the right number.
Yep.
Yeah, especially for investment properties too. It's very important that the amount of rent that you can get today for that property, that can certainly change in the down market. So go back to 2008, 9, 10. What were the rents getting then?
Yep.
If the numbers still work, then it's a good buy.
That is true. I use that every now and then when I'm comping out. I'm having trouble with an area. I will go back to 2008 because I want to see have we plateaued. Is this area plateaued across that level in some way, whether it's rents or whether it's.
Base all your numbers off of 2008, 2009, and if it's a good deal,
if you
should
still
be good.
find it, you're still good.
It's all about the 1% rule.
Yeah, so a lot of times we try to follow the 1% rule, which is, essentially if you can get 1% of the purchase price in a monthly rent, it's a good deal for an investment.
Sure. That's a good rule of thumb.
Yep, $100,000 property, $1,000 a month.
I had, you guys familiar with Kevin Gillen, economist, I don't know, down here in Philly?
Know of him.
Yeah, so he had a really, and this, I've known this in the back of my head, but so he said, he was very adamant about the fact that the market turns when your pricing exceeds your rent levels. It doesn't make sense to an investor anymore. And it sounds like simple. You're like, yeah, well, I'm not going to go out and rent that for negative cash flow.
Right.
But what happens is the market keeps bubbling ahead of that. There's a lot of momentum and guys get ahead of themselves. But as like investors, you use the 1% rule. It doesn't happen, right? You can't get to that point. You're just going, I'm not buying that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So very interesting, guys. So I appreciate you guys coming on.
Absolutely.
How do I get a hold of you guys? You guys have a ton of information. Whether I just want to join you guys, just reach out to you guys. How do I get a hold of you?
Great. Yep. So you can check out our website, www.homeexpertsforyou.com. Shoot us an email at info@homeexpertsforyou.com, or give us a call at 267-277-2405. That may or may not be the right phone number, but I'm pretty sure it is.
And you guys know me, Ian at hardmoneybankers.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.